At Discount Tire, we know your time is valuable. Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online. Did you know Discount Tire now sells wiper blades? Check out our current deals at discounttire.com or stop in and talk to an associate today. Discount Tire.
Let's get you taken care of.
This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 937, 6 Nonverbal Communication Examples to Increase Sales by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. And hey again, I am Dan, your personal narrator. I'm with you every single day reading from some great blogs on entrepreneurship, including Brian Tracy's blog, which we hear from quite often on this show. So let's get right to our post now as we optimize your life. 6 Nonverbal Communication Examples to Increase Sales by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. What is nonverbal communication? It refers to the use of communication without using spoken language. Nonverbal communication, often referred to as body language, is very important in getting what you want in life, especially in selling. The message you convey in a sales conversation is 55% body language and nonverbal communication, 38% tone of voice, and only 7% in the words that you use. Because people are highly visual, they are most affected by the predominant message that you convey. And this is usually communicated by the way you hold and use your body. Follow these 6 tips to use body language to get what you want in any sale. 1. Walk the talk. Understanding body language is very important, even when you are walking. When you walk, imagine that your head is dangling from a string, holding your entire body erect. You should breathe deeply with your shoulders and your spine straight. Raise your chin and look straight ahead. Walk and move with strength and confidence. Pick up the pace. Don't shuffle along. Move fast as if you have places to go and people to see. Your overall body language should be one of a busy, active, confident, and effective person. 2. Shake hands firmly and fully. When you meet people, give a strong, full, firm handshake. This initial physical first impression can often make or break the sale for you. Take a look at these examples of nonverbal communication when shaking hands to understand why it's important. When people feel your hand, they measure your character. When your handshake is strong and firm, they assume that you have good character and, by extension, represent a good product or service. Some salespeople give weak, indifferent handshakes as if offering a cold fish. Others give a half handshake, offering their fingers instead of a full handshake. This suggests that you are dealing with a half person. 3. Your first impression. When you meet a prospect for the first time, offer your hand, look the prospect directly in the eye, and say, "How do you do?" This initial verbal first impression is like the kickoff in a football game. If it is done properly, it can move you a long way down the field toward the goalposts of a successful sale. 4. Sit erect, facing forward. It's crucial to understand body language in sales when it comes to your posture. When you sit in a sales situation, always face the prospect directly. Never lean against the back of the chair. This makes you look relaxed and uncaring about the purpose of your visit. Instead, sit with your back erect. Lean forward slightly, stay alert, and be fully engaged both physically and mentally in the sales conversation. You should look like a runner at the mark waiting for the starting gun. We are greatly influenced by the body language of the people to whom we speak. When you are sitting up straight, leaning forward, and aware of your surroundings, you cause the prospect to be more interested and aware as well. He or she will pay closer attention to you and be more involved in your sales message. At an unconscious level, the prospect assumes that what you have to convey is important and valuable. That individual will therefore pay closer attention to you than if you were leaning back and relaxed during the sales conversation. 5. Get the prospect to open up. When meeting with a prospect in person, you want them to open up, and having an understanding of the nonverbal communication in sales can help you determine their state of mind. If a prospect is sitting with his or her arms folded, this is usually not a good sign. Occasionally it is because the office is too cold, but in most cases, it's nonverbal communication for being disinterested. When a person's arms are folded, it usually means his mind is closed. Folded arms are an unconscious body language way of blocking out incoming information. When he unfolds his arms, he opens his mind. Get the prospect to unfold his arms. It is fortunately quite simple. To open the client up to your message, Begin by asking questions. If he does not relax and unfold his arms, hand him something physically, like a brochure or price list, to read. Ask him to calculate a number or give you a business card. Use your ingenuity to get those arms unfolded so that he's more open and receptive to you and your message. And 6, use positive body language. Crossed legs can be sending the same message. When a customer's legs are crossed, it usually is nonverbal communication that means that they are holding back information. If their legs are crossed at the ankle, it means that they are not telling you everything that you need to know. Your prospect will tend to mimic your own body language, so make sure that you are using body language to sell. When you deliberately keep your arms unfolded and your hands open, with your feet flat on the floor, ankles uncrossed, your prospect will often engage in the same body language. When you lean slightly forward, listen attentively to what the prospect is saying, nod, smile, and listen, the prospect will often engage in those same behaviors. He or she will soon begin speaking, asking questions, and listening more attentively as well. You just listened to the post titled 6 Nonverbal Communication Examples to Increase Sales by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. The thing about running your own business is every single hire counts, and no hiring partner understands that like Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform helping over 3 million businesses worldwide to do it all. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates. Over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates the moment they sponsor a job, thanks to Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. I especially love Indeed's Instant Match feature because candidates you invite to apply through Instant Match are 3 times more likely to apply for your job than candidates who only see it in search, according to US Indeed data. Indeed knows when you're growing your own business, you have to make every dollar count. That's why with Indeed, you only pay for quality applications that match your must-have job requirements. Visit Indeed.com/startup to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/startup. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
This message is provided by Boehringer Ingelheim. Idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, or IPF, is one of the more common forms of progressive fibrosing interstitial lung diseases, with symptoms including breathlessness during activity, a dry and persistent cough, chest discomfort, fatigue, and weakness. There are more than 200 lung disorders that can lead to pulmonary fibrosis, an irreversible scarring of lungs that can negatively impact lung function, quality of life, and may become life-threatening. While approved treatments for people living with these diseases can help slow disease progression, new therapies are needed to help potentially stop progression. Fortunately, there is new research underway to assess the safety and efficacy of an investigational treatment in patients with IPF and other progressive ILDs. This is part of Boehringer Ingelheim's Phase 3 Global Fibroneer program. To learn more about Fibroneer and eligibility requirements, visit fibroneer-ipf.longboat.com and fibroneer-ild.longboat.com.
And a big thank you to Brian, who is the chairman and CEO of Brian Tracy International. Brian helps people achieve personal and business goals quickly and easily. He has studied, researched, written, and spoken for 30 years in the fields of economics, history, business, philosophy, and psychology, and he's the top-selling author of over 70 books. His talks and seminars on leadership, selling, self-esteem, goals, strategy, creativity, and success psychology are super effective in creating both immediate changes and long-term results. Brian's also active in the community and in national affairs. He's the president of 3 companies headquartered in Solana Beach, California as well. So come on by his site, briantracy.com. His last name is simply Tracy. And if you like the content from him here, you can check out our other podcasts too, because he's narrated across all of our shows. And to find any of our other podcasts, simply search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. So that's going to do it for today. I thank you, as always, for being here with me, and I will be back again tomorrow with another episode. And that's where your optimal life awaits.